Прийшли окупанти. Прийшли окупанти до нас в Україну, форма новенька, воєнні машини, та трохи поплавився їх інвентар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Російські танкісти сховались в кущі, щоб лаптя посорбати довб. Прийшли окупанти до нас в Україну, форма новенька, воєнні машини, та трохи поплавився їх інвентар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Російські танкісти сховались в кущі, щоб лаптя посорбати довбані щі, та трохи в ущах перегрівся навар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Зі сходу припхались до нас барани, для восстановлення великої страни, найкращий пастух баранячих отар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Їх доводи всяке озброєння, різне, ракети, потужні машини залізні, у нас на всі доводи є коментар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Вони захопити хотіли нас зразу, і ми зачаїли на орків образу, з бандитів російських робить примар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Російська поліція справи заводить, на вбивцю рашистів ніяк не знаходить, хто ж винен, що в нашому полі глухар. Байрактар. Байрактар. Веде пропаганду кремлівський урод, слова пропаганди ковтає народ, тепер нове слово знає їх цар. За нашу свободу і покажу.
What's going on, folks? Thank you all for being here. I'm going to adjust this camera because for some reason it's all the way up there. If the doggy comes in, she starts barking. She's got a little bone here filled with peanut butter. She'll be she'll be taken care of. Thank you all for being here. It does say open panel, and I am going to open it up in a little bit. Sorry about all of the zipping and stuff. This cord is like it's like cloth. It's got a canvas outside. It's really durable. So I'm trying to charge my headphones, and I've had nothing but like computer problems for the last like 2 days. Everything just like shut down. Like I literally had to restart my computer right before this happened, which sucks ass, which is why I'm going to take it in at the end of the month. But at the same time, yesterday the connection was dog shit. I was trying to listen to the G-Man abortion thing, which was a fucking travesty, and I couldn't like I had to switch over to my cell phone, like the cell service, because the internet was so bad. So I was just, you know what, fuck this. If it's that bad while I'm trying to listen to something, then yeah, it's gonna be that bad. Even worse when I'm trying to stream and everything. So, folks, hit that like button. Thank you for subscribing and sharing out this video, sharing out these streams. Please get more people in here. Help us get more voices, people who have different opinions and everything like that. Because I want to hear from you, folks. All right. So tonight we have a decent amount of stuff. I have a whole host of things. A big old, I have a big old cache of stuff, but we'll get in that in just a little bit. So, yeah, the G-Man thing was a blast. Yeah, if you guys want to see G-Man get absolutely annihilated, by all means, go ahead and Mango, you can post that in the chat. It was fucking great. She tore him several new ones. All right. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna go over our UA map if it'll actually not crash the fucking computer for some goddamn reason. So we're going to go over the UA map, and then I'm going to put the link out for anybody that wants to come in and check out any of this combat footage with me if they have any questions, or because I'm going to go over it. I'm going to explain whatever's going on. And I kind of actually want people to try and explain to me what they think is going on as well, because there's a lot of the military side, but there's also a lot of like what civilians see and everything like that. And a whole lot of this is going to be NSFW. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's uncomfortable. It's combat footage. So when you come in here, if whether you're in the chat or you come in as a guest, if you need to dip out, dip right out, and nobody will think anything less of you. So don't crash my computer. Don't do it. Come on. I only got only one more week until I can send you in to my boy. All right. Yes, please watch it through the Miss Parker filter because all right, so last time we left off, the Russians were continuously shelling. Again, they're trying to hold this whole ass, the whole southeastern part of Ukraine. They have Crimea. Crimea is basically, what we can say about Crimea is essentially it's kind of like a Russian stronghold. It's a very important and contested piece of land, and the Russians have far more influence in Crimea than the Ukrainians do. So granted, they're all the same fucking people. However, comma space, the Russians have a far more heavy influence in here. So it would be one hell of a task for the Ukrainians to actually go into Crimea and be like, look, we're the good guys here. Especially after so much effective of Russian propaganda, which we will get into later on when we get into the footage. And I'm not going to spend a whole hell of a lot of time on this part, but because it's essentially what I was talking about last time. Same. Lysychansk, Sverdlovsk have both fallen. They're in Russian occupied territory. And as you can see, the Russians are closing in this area. What they're just trying to do, they're just trying to gain land. They want to gain territory. And unfortunately, what they're doing with all of this shelling is they're destroying a lot of the territory that they want to gain. And if you look closely, a lot of these fucking a lot of this territory seems to be like farmland and everything like that. Hence why they're hitting the city centers. Obviously, there's more people there. There's more infrastructure there. That's what they want to deny the enemy. And the problem is that, there's going to be, when war comes, there's going to be damage to these fields, and they're going to have to compensate for that, as well as all of the damage they've done to the infrastructure and the strife they've caused the people. Oh, sweet. Thank you. All right. So give me like 45 seconds. There we go. Okay. Oh, well, the map's gone. There it is. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Yes, check out the magical map. It's the live UA map right there. All righty. Let me turn this down just a smidgen. There we go. All right. So, like I was saying, and as you can see here in more city centers like Bakhmut, I can't see Soledar, Balesa, I can't even read that. I'm sorry. You can see what they're doing around here is they're actually conditioning the environment, because they want to swallow these little chunks of population centers. They want to swallow these areas so they can the Russians can control them like piece by piece, and eventually have the front that they need, the backup that they need, so that they can actually take over the remaining area of Ukraine. And we talked about it in the past. One thing they're trying to do is really squeeze the supply lines, because aircraft have been fairly restricted over Ukraine. Supplies, no, but when it comes to things like weapons and everything, there's got to be a way to get them in there. And when you have nothing but enemy forces on either side, you're at a pinch point. You're squeezed in, so you're going to be limited on the amount of supplies, whether it be food, medical supplies, weapons, material, whatever it may be. It's going to squeezed into this smaller area, and that has to also contend with the civilian population, the economy, their own military, and whatever the Russians decide to do to, again, deny the enemy or condition the environment up here. So, yeah, it's going to be a long route. The Ukrainians are not giving up, though. Aside from a lot of what we're going to see tonight, which is the smaller battles, smaller engagements, things like that. Aside from what we're going to see tonight on the combat footage, a lot of what's going on is them using larger weapons like the M777 and the HIMARS rocket launchers that were supplied by the United States in order to actually take out significant targets, i.e. bridges, large bases, and things like that. And so we'll just have to see, again, how this kind of unfolds as we go through. Red alert, aerial threat, sirens coming. And yeah, so there's aerial threats, and the Russians are not stopping. As you can see, these shellings, these bombings, these are new. We didn't see these last time, I believe. So over in Sumy Oblast, Khotin, yeah, what they're doing here is they're trying to condition the environment. They're trying to shell this place so that they can destroy the infrastructure that they want to destroy, and they can actually shock the civilian populace into not fighting back, or shock them into moving out of the area, so that the only personnel in there are actually fighters, and what they would consider fighters. So like, hey, look, we've shelled this place enough. Anybody that's still left around is probably going to have a rifle in their hand, so they might as well get shot. And that's the common tactic of the Russian Federation in this here war. So if anybody has any different takes, please, by all means, there's all two of you that are watching, myself and also myself and Mango. Thank you. Please, if you have any other takes, by all means, let me know. All right, so we got a couple of things. We got a few themes. A bunch of themes here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and copy. I already did that. Paste. I told you guys I was going to open it up. So I'm going to open it up early. I'm watching on the wrong channel. Anybody that wants to come in, talk about this, say your piece, tell me I'm fucked up, do this, that, and the other thing, by all means, come on in. Come on in. Yay, now I can pin the message. There we go. All right. So anybody that wants to pop in, we're just gonna jump in and watch some combat footage. All right. Now, sorry, my links, I had them all saved. Now I have to go through my history to find all of them because they're no longer in what do you call in order. So let's talk about conditioning the environment. What does conditioning the environment actually truly entail? And like I was talking about, it means denying the enemy any kind of cover. You want to make sure that they can't use civilian buildings in order to fight back. And you want to make sure that when they have the most difficult time traversing that terrain as well. And a lot of these cruise missiles, a lot of this artillery will dig in and cause large craters, and you'll see that all across the farmlands, especially more so because it's a much softer material. But around here, it's one hell of an obstacle. You can't just drive a tank over a fucking crater. There's a 90% chance the motherfucker is gonna get stuck. Tanks are not that versatile. They're like, you would think, oh, it's indestructible. No. Tanks are not that versatile. You can't just crash through walls. It's not fucking Call of Duty. But one of the things that these guys love to do, the Russians, that is, at least from the video footage that we've seen, is they're hitting civilian targets that don't need to be hit, i.e. schools, hospitals, shopping malls, things like that. There's no reason to hit a shopping mall, especially when there's civilians inside. And well, this is a school that's going to get hit. I don't think there's anybody in here. I'm pretty sure all the people have been evacuated. But these are supposedly they're missiles. I don't know if they're cruise missiles. It says at least 12 were injured in the attacks. An official statement on Telegram, Mykolaiv Mayor Alexander Sienkiewicz said that 24 craters from rockets have been found across the city. Russians were shelling Mykolaiv with S-300 and MLRS from temporarily occupied areas of the Kherson region, though 12 civilians received injuries of different degrees. So this is a good thing. Luckily nobody was killed. that we know of, and there's 24 craters. So it's probably one. What do? It depends. Hang on. S300 MLRS. Yes. So multiple launch rocket system. All right, so 24 craters. So we have, there's 12. So there were at least 2 of these vehicles, it seems. At least 2 of these vehicles launch their munitions at the at this target. So, and you can see this is just the impact of 2 of the actual munitions. So be prepared. Only 12 people are injured. This is NSFW. And as you can see, it landed somewhere in the courtyard. And a lot of this smoke is actually just dust. The dust just gets rattled up and thrown into the fucking atmosphere. There's a decent amount of smoke, obviously, because the propellant burns, or the explosives burn and everything like that. But it's the second rocket that really gets everything. So when this rocket landed, or when this missile landed, it caused a significant amount of damage across the way. But our big focus is this building. Now, this building probably took that concussion and just collapsed it into this corner and then reverberated it out. So anybody out in this courtyard is probably really fucked up. Probably not having a good day. Anybody inside is pretty good. They're not doing too bad. They're probably under a desk or anything. However, comma space. Remember, there were 24 rockets. Sorry if that was super loud. I didn't mean to do that for everybody. So yeah, as you can see, this rocket landed a fair bit closer and landed on the opposite side of this barracks building, school building, something like that. It looks like they're speeding it up. And you can see just the amount of devastation. All of these windows are shattered. And you're like, oh, that's fucked up. Well, no, it's pretty fucked up because they're shattered because the concussion hit the windows and it threw all of that glass inside. So anybody that would be in there would be severely damaged, injured. And I don't know if we can see the crater in this one, but no, can't really. Only got a couple seconds left of it. There's likely not a whole lot of fun being had in this building, whatever it may be. And you can imagine there were 24 of those explosions that happened all over this civilian area. So take that one into account. All right, let me turn this back up just a little bit. All right. These were all set up and ready. God damn it. All right. Check this one out. So we got another one. Now this is a easy tactics. And I actually do this, like I'll do this in my own civilian vehicle when I'm driving. If like I was driving to the airport with my ex a few years ago, and truck had a blowout, and I just hit the gas because, well, that's what you do. you get out of the kill zone. And granted, it was a truck tire or whatever is in the other lane, but you get out of the kill zone. That's exactly what these guys do. It's very short. So they're getting hit by mortars. It looks like one of the, yeah, their window got busted out from one of the mortars coming down. Okay, yeah, we're not going to do that. All right. Oh, that's what I had after this. So, there it is. Boom. So, we're talking about artillery and the missiles coming in. So this is the M777. It's 155 millimeter, 155 millimeter artillery piece. We were talking about last time, where it's made out of titanium. It's much lighter. It's much more mobile. And these were given to the Ukrainians by the U.S. government. And well, look, they're not all going to survive. This is essentially what happens. Is, well, when you fire artillery, especially something an artillery piece that has to be set up, not a self-propelled artillery piece like a paladin, you make yourself a target. It's essentially it. And well, this is what happens. It looks like they got hit by some rockets, is what I'm gonna guess. They got a counter battery by rockets. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not sure how. I don't know how much fire would be caused by an artillery shell, but then again, if you see all these pieces on the ground, I believe these are maybe the propellant, something like that. I can't 100% tell what these are, but it looks like they've burned. If this is the propellant, this is what burned the whole fucking area. So yeah, they're not doing so hot. Shows the result of yeah. Oh, it's a large pile of charge containers lying near the charge cannon. Suggests the gun team stayed in one spot too long, which allowed the Russians to locate and target their position. Yeah, probably what happened. All right. Okay, no, we're not going to watch that one. All right. And this is what one of those artillery barrages would look like from a distance. These guys, apparently, they got the fuck out of the way. And old boy over here was like, oh, I'm going to film this in vertical because, well, hey, look, film in landscape, folks. Just turn your fucking phone. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Please. But this is what an artillery barrage looks like and sounds like, well, at least from a distance.
Въебуйте, пацаны, въебуйте, блядь.
So we're going to watch that one more time since it's super quick. It's only 18 seconds. Yeah, each one of those thumps is an artillery shell landing and exploding, and these sound like 155 shells. I could be totally wrong. I'm not gonna lie, but if you look at this tree line, the tree line is no longer trees. It's just smoke. That's smoke and dust coming up from those artillery shells that just annihilated this shit. So these guys probably knew, oh, fuck, we've been spotted. They might have seen a drone or something and just like, hey, we're going to get the fuck out of here. So they got out just in time when this started fucking going off. And yeah, you can see all of that is just smoke and dust from the artillery shells actually coming in. Fucking wild. Lucky Russians. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna watch that. All right. Oh, we're only at 30 minutes. Sweet. All right. Now. Now we're going to take a look at the difference between combat footage and, well, propaganda, essentially. Because I got a couple things from Russia, from the Russian government, and it's really pretty easy to pick apart. But I've also got some combat footage, which shows it's not going to be anybody getting killed, thankfully. I imagine some of these... oh, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I imagine some of these guys get a little injured, wounded, probably not having a good day at the end of it. But where's my... there it is. That's the one I was looking for. I grabbed the wrong one. All right. Let's check this out. So this is essentially what not to do when your vehicle gets hit, like when you're under attack. As you can see, we've got some soldiers over here. We have a BTR of armored personnel carrier, and you got one soldier standing up here on top for some reason. This dude just dicking around, like, I don't know, he's on his phone or something, just out in the open. And over here we have some kind of SUV. I don't know if they probably stole it. Who knows? So what we're gonna see is the first strike from ATGM, anti-tank guided missile. I don't know who the music is by the way. So this thing hits pretty hard. It's like, boom, gets him. And this guy right here is in shock. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. He's not going to be very wounded because, well, it's a shape charge. So when it goes in, its main purpose is to shoot its payload, put all of that energy forward into the actual armor. So when it explodes, yeah, it's going to give this concussion. It could throw stuff out, but the likelihood of it actually really injuring you is not that great if it hits its target, which it did. And this guy is just like, what the fuck just happened? He probably feels like he got hit with a frying pan. He's just standing around. He's just like, whoa, what do we do? What do we do? What do I do? And this guy, the guy on top he's like, holy shit. He's probably in shock too. He doesn't know what the hell just happened. Now, the amount of time they have spent on this vehicle just means that, like, it screams really poor training simply because they don't know what the fuck to do. If you were trained properly, the first thing you would do is drop off the goddamn vehicle and get the fuck to cover. Get the fuck out of there. So I'm guessing these might be conscripts and not recruits. Now, the Ukrainians are about to make a couple of mistakes here. First of all, they've hit this thing twice. It's done. It's out of commission. There's no personnel inside there that are actually going to be that are going to survive. All right. Again, remember this SUV over here. Don't forget about that one. And you've got the motherfuckers scrambling. They don't know what the fuck to do right now. If there was anybody in there, they're probably trying to save them, probably trying to pull them out. And here in just a second is where they screw up. And this is like I said, this is exactly where they screw up. They have this whole ass SUV over here. They could like the guys are obviously they've moved it. It's gonna get loaded up. Why are you hitting this armor again? The armor really can't, like, all it's gonna do is give them a shield. If you blow this thing up, they can't go anywhere. You could gun them down. You could ambush them easily. So. And as you can see, all of these guys are just like running around. They're trying to get the fuck out of there. They're trying to get what equipment they need or think they need, but they don't seem to have an idea of exactly what the fuck they're supposed to do. Like, take the vital equipment, take some food and weapons, ammo, and get the fuck out of there. And yeah, you could have used that whole missile to explode this whole fucking car, but you shot one more on this piece of armor. Doesn't really make sense to me, but who am I to judge? I don't know. Also, I don't know who the music is by, but it's actually pretty fucking cool. Alright, let's... Alright, so that's actual combat footage. That's combat footage. We know that we can tell very clearly that that is actual combat footage they use. It's easy to break down. Now let's look at what the Russians have been putting out, and this is why I don't share a whole hell of a lot of Russian stuff, and I don't really support the Russian invasion because, well, not that one. They don't really put out anything that's super worthwhile. I'm not gonna lie. So we've got the this is apparently the failed assault in Hostomel. The state-sponsored Russian news agency RT has released new footage from the attack on Hostomel airport during the initial hours of the invasion of Ukraine. So here's what we're gonna see. This is why I don't show a lot of stuff coming out of the Russian side. I've broken it down quite a bit in the past, and I'm gonna break this one down as well. Granted, this is from RT. Okay, I understand it's got to be a little bit produced. This is way overproduced. It doesn't really look that real. We got a lot of B-roll. We got soldiers doing soldier things, loading up. Getting ready for war, I guess. Alright, and as you can see, it's just tons of B-roll, basically. Really not a whole lot going on. Yeah, and as you can see, like, even though there's this, they have to have this intense music because there's not a whole lot actually going on. It doesn't seem like they're really shooting at a whole lot of shit. So he's launching grenades, RPG.
Там просто...
Kind of seems like... Yes, please. This is a war, and there are civilians that come into contact with this war, and what they need is your help. If you check out this link right here, you can go ahead and check out a bunch of charities that Mango has vetted, and none of the money goes to me or anybody. It goes directly to the charities. Check out the links. Check out all of the information in this Google Doc, and please help the people of Ukraine and Russia, so that, you know, they are not as affected by this war as they should be.
Солдаты украинской армии! Сложите оружие и давайте! Выходите, не тролля!
I'm wondering what this tactic is. Using the bullhorn. Are they just telling them? I'm wondering if they're just telling them, like, hey, surrender now. It's the same apartment building that they were going into earlier. That's not how you clear a room at all. This place is safe. They've already cleared this place. Yeah, the Russians obviously cleared this building and then filmed themselves assaulting it and put the Russian flag up. What is that? Is that a Dishka? Then ATGM right there. Yeah, as you like, the more I watch this, it's just like, what the fuck is actually going on? It's actually kind of hard to tell what the fuck's going on, because it honestly, like, this doesn't make Russia look good. This makes you guys look really fucking bad. Like, this is a shit video. 1, 2, all of the operations you're going through look like you don't know what the fuck you're doing, or you fucked up in one way or the other. And all of the, like, this all of these guys, what are they fighting against? Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This looks like this kind of looks like just a compilation of combat footage they were able to pull off of maybe the Dead and Wounded, or they were able to just finagle from people who were on the front lines. But it doesn't make Russia look good. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Russia does not hold Hostomel. So yeah, let's see. Let's double check that. It's right there. It's not right there. Better idea. Okay. Yeah, they fucked that one up. So the Russians do not hold Hostomel. Yeah, they do not, and that's kind of funny. They fucked that one up. So, all right, we had a couple other things. Now here's something. I want you guys to watch this and give me your opinion on this. I do not believe that this is an authentic video. Troops on a foot patrol in the city of Chasiv Yar seek cover as Russian cruise missiles of an unknown class strike a 5-story apartment building. I'm very skeptical of this. I just want you guys to watch it real quick. So they're out in the dark.
Jesus, fuck, man, those are civilian buildings.
Yeah, civilian building.
Oh, these are.
Это было целое здание. Блядь!
Speaking English.
He's done.
Okay. We'll watch it one more time. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit.
Сука, блядь. Бля, развалили нахуй все здание.
Jesus, fuck, man, those are civilian buildings.
Yeah, civilian building.
Sounds like it's a Ukrainian with maybe a American volunteer. Because the dude's just like, oh, holy fuck, that's a civilian building.
Это было целое здание. Блядь!
Another one. Yeah, it's definitely, never mind. It's definitely a missile coming in. It's a cruise missile of some sort because you can hear that that jet engine that before it actually detonates. The thing that threw me off about this was the amount of light that was produced. I don't. What is burning is my issue. What is burning so brightly when a missile hits a civilian building? It's just weird. There's so much to this. There's so much. What could actually be burning? Is it the roof, the gas? Is there something up there? I don't know. But it does look pretty goddamn authentic. The more times I watch it. All right. So we got a couple more, and then we'll get out of here. All right. So for those of you interested, we've always talked about on this channel anti-tank guided missiles, so ATGMs, and well, this is This is what happens when you sit for too long. Comes out of Damascus in Syria. So check it out. All right, and you're gonna hear some bombs and some gunshots off in the distance. But here we have our launcher and our I don't know, rifleman, grenadier, rocket man. I don't know, rocket man. So we got our soldier here with his ATGM, and he's targeting these guys who are filming him. He's just
الله
like,
أكبر نظام الأسد نصب كونكورس.
and they're not fly by wire, not these ones. These are they're guided missiles, but they're like laser guided. They're visually guided, so you can actually see it, and you don't. It has a radio signal rather than actual physical wire, because the fly-by-wire missiles are, well, they're effective. However, they have the disadvantage of having a fucking wire attached to them, so they have a much shorter range. And this is kind of what those Russians would have seen had they been paying attention. Yeah. So he launches it out, and that thing just goes, all right. And these dudes are like, that thing was damn near on their camera before they could even react. That's how fast these fucking things are. So yeah. Okay. We'll look at that later. History. All right. Get a couple more, and then one thing I want to leave you with. No, we're not going to lose. Okay, so there we go. So B-roll, barrel roll. I know Mango knows all about this. Anytime you're shooting for film, you're gonna have B-roll, and this is just transitional shots, things like that. Think of a newscast. See dog, say dog. So if the news anchor is talking about flooding, they're gonna show a street that's flooded. Too easy. And that's where B-roll comes in. Without the news anchor talking about it, this is actually what you're gonna get. And this is stock footage. Like I could use this for a million different things. Also, it's really shitty stock footage because get a goddamn tripod for, I don't know, any of your shots. Wild uniform. Checking it, yeah, doing their, bruh. If you're actually gonna check your aircraft, check your aircraft. You have a fucking camera on you. Actually check your aircraft. Doesn't look like you're actually doing that. This is a pretty dope shot. It'd be cool if they actually used it for something, not just. Honestly, that is a fantastic shot. If I could use that, or if I could find that, I'd sell that fucking, or I'd use that, make some money off of it. I believe the things here, I believe those are flares. I'm not 100% sure, but it would make sense with the fact that it's right by the engine, so you want to pop the flares out to keep, because the Stinger missiles and anti-aircraft man pads, definitely they use infrared heat seeking guidance system so that they can actually target the engine, and that's what they go after. So to pump out these right next to the engine, it would confuse the ever living shit out of a what do you call it? Out of a missile, and it wouldn't make sense to put it. Kind of wouldn't make sense to put it behind the exhaust, because as these missiles get more advanced, they're able to pick out between the flares and the exhaust. So I'm putting it in front as the aircraft goes forward. They'll be launched out, and then when they pass the exhaust, the missile will be like, "Oh shit, I can't differentiate between the flares and the exhaust because the aircraft is moving forward." And yeah, this is just B-roll. This is not combat footage. All right, there we go. So much B-roll. Yeah. So, it is really cool to look at. There's so many things I could do with this video. Are you shitting me? But we've seen this tactic before. Both the Russians and the Ukrainians have used this, and it's an old Soviet tactic of using a helicopter as a MLRS, multiple launch rocket system. You get it up at the angle that you desire, that you think is going to get your rockets going, and what happens is they launch the rockets out, and once they run out of propellant, they just fall towards the target, and it acts as kind of an indirect fire system. You're not going to hit your target effectively, however, you are going to land explosives in the area that you kind of wanted to hit. So it has its uses, but the fact that the Russians and the Ukrainians have been using this tactic so much means that either there's something to it, or they're just kind of desperate. Like, they're just throwing shit out there because they can't get too close, probably because of the man pads and things like that. So, yeah.
That's your fault.
Yeah. See, he's firing up into the sky and then dropping back down so that yeah, you're not firing at anything. It's very, very clear. Your reticle or display is not locked on to anything. We can very clearly see that. And two, you're literally firing into the sky. We saw you swoop up. Like, you're not, nobody knows if you're hitting anything. And let's see. Okay, fuck you, Russia. That was some weapons grade bullshit. You are not going to fire like 12 to 20 fucking rockets and then show me one hitting and be like, oh yeah, oh totally hit the target. No. Why didn't you show me like 3 or 4 different impacts? If one impacted, that means that multiple impacted, because they were all going towards the same area, right? So where did you actually hit? What did you actually hit? What was that video from is the question. And this is why it's really important to actually like look at what you're examine what you're looking at. We have seen all of this combat footage coming out of Ukraine. We have seen very, very little combat footage coming out of Russia. Not because the front isn't in Russia, which it's not, but because the Russian government isn't going to give up their numbers. They're not going to actually make themselves look bad. It ain't going to fucking happen. So that's why we get a lot of this shit. And anybody wants to complain, well, you only show the fucking Ukrainians. yeah, there's kind of a reason, because I can't really find a whole lot of stuff from the Russians. Well, what about some combat footage from the Russians? Don't you have anything like that? Yeah, I actually do. So this is NSFW. Check it out, folks. Now this is the Russians using Ukrainian, they deploy Ukrainian drone tactics. Now we're going to watch this, and let me know when you find anything sus. All right. So what they have actually here is some kind of grenade, bomb type, some kind of munition, and it's in a plastic cup. Not shitting you. That's a plastic cup. It's sitting in there. What it probably is a grenade. So you can easily take a grenade, and when you pull the pin, you can hold on to the grenade. Once the spoon, that little thingamajig, yeah, that little thing, once the spoon is released, there's this little spring, and what it does is it flips over and it hits a primer, and that causes a charge to burn until it hits the explosive inside, and that's what explodes. So if you attach a grenade to a drone, you pull the pin out. Well, rather, if you pull the pin out of a grenade and then stuff it into a cup, that spoon has nowhere to go, so that spring can't actually hit that primer, and you can attach the whole thing to a drone and fly it all over the place. And that's exactly what they did. And once that grenade smashes against the ground in that thin-ass plastic cup, it's just going to break the cup apart, and that grenade's going to go wherever and blow the fuck up. Which is exactly what we're about to see. So, and you saw that. So it hit this little, you can see it right there, it hit that, I guess, piece of metal or something, and then the thing just bounced into this little shelter. And these guys come over, they're like, oh shit, what's going on? Fuck. And they start pulling this guy. This guy is seriously wounded. His legs ain't doing so fucking hot. But they pull him into another bunker, into another hole, in order to, give him treatment. So these things are extremely effective. And it's super simple. It's all it is physics. If anybody has ever watched what's the True Lies, Grenade Shenanigans. What's going on, Two Guns? There's a link up at the top if you want to join. It's True Lies, and Arnold Schwarzenegger puts a rubber band around a grenade. He pulls the pin out, and then he sets it on top of like a propane tank, and he drops like he puts a couple drops of gasoline onto this rubber band. And if anybody's ever put gasoline or oil on a balloon, you know that it will eat through and it'll pop the balloon. And that's exactly what happens, is it eats through the rubber, pops the spoon off, and then that grenade goes off and blows up that propane tank. It was True Lies, wasn't it? It's a great movie. But yeah, this is same tactics that have been used. The Ukrainians seem to have how do I put this? Fighting with some buttercream right now. Okay. Now, I'm no chef and I'm no baker. But when you say buttercream and you're fighting with it, I feel like there's an untapped Gordon Ramsay that's being tapped. So, but the Ukrainians seem to be using munitions that actually are more aerodynamic. This one's like really hodgepodge. They were just like, okay, well, we know how to release something from a drone. Let's do this. And that's why they hit them with that grenade. And that grenade is extremely effective, because you don't know who was in that little bunker, and if they're just chilling out, and all of a sudden they hear ka-chunk. Well, what the fuck was that? And then, boom! You know, one dude's dead. Another guy's completely incapacitated. He's got a sucking chest wound. And then old boy we saw getting crawled into a hole is the only one that they can actually fucking save. So they are extremely effective. Much like every other very simple thing. However, common space, the problem that I have with this, the problem I have with this is that cut right there. That's what it is. Simply because why is there that drastic cut? I understand for time, sure, whatever, but there's this drastic cut. Is this the same place? We don't know that. I'm just saying. Grenadigans. All right. All right. So this one's kind of cool just because, well, it's an explosion. So we're going to watch this one and then I got one more that I'll leave you with, and we will get out of here. So there's a Russian base, I guess, in Kherson. They got hit. I'm not sure what they're hitting it with, but holy fuck, did they annihilate this thing? Because I'm not sure if there was a sympathetic detonation or anything like that. I doubt it. It just seems like the Ukrainians really annihilated this fucking base. So check it out.
Доброго вечора, ми з України.
Yeah, so it does look like there was a sympathetic detonation. And the reason I say that is because of all this yellow. I believe a lot of this yellow is probably unused propellant for something. So they got a really goddamn good hit on whatever this is, whatever munitions they were using. They got a they hit this thing perfectly.
Доброго вечора, ми з України.
And you can see that flash, that little bit. Can I go back? Oh no, it just goes. Yeah.
Доброго вечора, ми з України.
The little flash is just a blast wave. I'm sure everybody. Now let's look at the scale of this. Oops. Let's look at the scale of this. So let's look at this house right here. This house is what? What is the average height of a house? Shit. Probably what? 100 feet? I don't know. I gotta look that up. Average height of a house. Oh, average height of a 1, 2, and 3-story houses are respective 10, 20, and 30 feet. Oh, that's 10-story house. How tall is a 2-story house? Yeah, about 20 feet. Okay, that's what I thought. 100-foot house. Anyway, so you got about 20 feet. So you can imagine this this cloud is probably probably at least 60 feet in the air, which means that this cloud is one, probably like 300 feet in the air, and you can only imagine what if there's any civilian populace around here, what they're feeling. They're probably just like, holy shit. Now, there's something. Hey, what's going on? Two guns, no ammo. What's going on?
Hi.
There's something that I learned from watching like Bikini Atoll footage, because I'm cool like that. One of the pilots said that they were getting rained down upon by like 100-pound chunks of sea floor that were just taken up by the atomic explosion. So it always, it triggers in my mind. Anytime you see something like this, there's shit that's going to be falling down. I don't want it. What about you?
I would like nothing more than to be bludgeoned to death by a piece of falling debris. That would really cap off my life, you know?
Okay, honestly. Now, what kind of debris? All right. So if an asteroid hit you, that would be really cool.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like, if you got it to death, that would be sweet. Not just you, but like anybody. You're like, oh, wow.
I thought you were specifically, giving me a prescription. I was taking notes.
Well, don't worry. As a lizard person, none of you matter.
Good. I appreciate that.
Okay. Just wanted to make that very clear. I try to be nice to my guests. Yeah. How you doing? You got what you got?
I got a boner for explosions.
Because
I'm an American. I'm an American. I didn't really come in with anything in my pocket, except explosions are terrifying, and that's a big one. And I'm glad I'm not in that building or anywhere near it.
Ooh, okay. You want to know what's more terrifying?
What?
The terrifying sound of fixed wing warfare. So like over by me, well, not over by me now, but where I used to work actually, in the school district was the turnaround point for the Blue Angels during the air show, and they would get within probably about 1,000 feet of the school. And when I say that it's loud,
did it shake the windows?
Oh, dude, like it will give you a headache. It'll make you want to go the fuck home.
Jesus.
However, comma space. Imagine just this shit.
Самолеты летают.
I think I'll go for a walk today. I think I'll stay inside. Yeah. Fuck that.
That was like hundreds of feet at most.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is like you don't know if one of those is gonna get hit and just blow up in the air. And I was like, oh shit, well there's the jet engine falling towards my fucking house.
Yeah.
I think those are ground attack airplanes though. But that's
I mean what goes up must come down one way or another.
Yeah. I want to watch this one, but I also don't want to watch this one because I also like having this channel.
Do it, pussy. No, I was kidding.
No, it's literally a man being shot. I am not going to do that.
Do it, no, I'm just kidding.
There's plenty more stuff on here I could get canceled for. Like this. All right. So So he's using a periscope, right? What's wrong with this? There's so many things wrong with this.
He's peeking out. He should have it on the other eye, I think. But I don't know much about periscope use. He's smoking.
Yeah, look. How the fuck are you supposed to see something? You see this thing just like waving back and forth. What the fuck are you gonna see?
Ну, ты впереди здание там, типа, окна, двери. Там их нет. Они дальше, потому что наши пацаны по-любому.
I don't think he knows how to use it.
Или нет там смысла.
Because he's pretty much halfway out this goddamn door.
Yeah, he's not. I think he isn't aware of how far he's sticking out.
Well, the thing is this is a Russian soldier, so it's likely there's nothing he's looking at. They're just showing, oh, these are the tactics that we have. Because you can hear in the background there's people
His
firing.
head's poking up.
Yeah, like why? That's how you get. This is the difference between being full-brained and left-brained. So
Full brain.
like, and also, fun fact, for these bottles, if you're stuck in an area, don't put the cap back on your bottle. Throw the bottle away in like one area, because all he has to do is step backwards and the bottle's just full of air, so he's gonna roll over it and he's gonna fall. He's an idiot. Also, why is his barrel in the dirt? This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, barrel in the dirt is poor form. He's probably fine. It looks dry and coarse. It'll probably fall right out or blow out without breaking his gun. But if that were mud,
No, he'd be fucked.
it could not definitely blow up his gun, but the odds increase dramatically the next time he pulls the trigger. Pop goes your barrel.
Yeah, especially if it dries out a little bit, because you can damn near blow up a barrel with snow. You just have to have the right air pressure.
Yeah, it's if it's packed in for the air pressure and everything. Yeah. I remember Demolition Ranch did several videos on
Demolition Matt.
Yeah, well, his name's Matt. He did a bunch of videos on plugging barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, being a YouTube channel, it wasn't exactly scientific, but he bought like, I don't know, 10 high point pistols or some shit and plugged them with different things.
That.
And like had all the triggers on strings and just saw which. I think most of them survived.
Yeah,
I think it was only I think the concrete one definitely blew up, and like one or two others.
Edwin Sarkeesian. I don't know if he's along the same lines of Demolition Ranch. He did the same thing, but he actually put different pistols in concrete to see if they would fire. And I think like the 500 Magnum was just like, why would you do that? Like, this is literally just putting a bomb in your hand,
basically.
And they did it, and it was just like, well, it just exploded. I mean, the bullet didn't go anywhere, but fucking that thing just annihilated some shit. So it did like, and I don't know. People don't understand that this weapon that he has right here is perfectly machined. Oh, here we go. Fuck me. Come on. There we go. All right. Can you still hear me?
I hear you. Yep.
All right, good. So this weapon, once my fucking computer unfucks itself, this weapon is actually like perfectly machined because you think of a bullet, it's tiny. And there it is. The bullet has to fit into those grooves in the rifling perfectly every single time. These things are machined to perfection, and doing something like this is nothing but a detriment to your safety and the safety of others.
Yeah.
Don't do this to your weapon, please, for fuck's sake.
Take care of your gun, it'll take care of you.
Yeah, and also use your periscope as a periscope and don't stick your head out a fucking window.
I mean, call me crazy, but I don't think you even need to lean that way. Like, you could just like stand straight up and angle the thing sideways, couldn't you? It's just a fucking mirror.
I
Like-
mean, it's a periscope. You're supposed to use it from behind cover, but look, I'm not Russian. I don't know.
Here you
I don't know about their tactics. All right, I got a couple of things. Actually, I don't have a couple of things. I used all my footage before we came in here. But we could look at Russians being idiots. Let's see. Fuck it. See what we got. I don't know. That was weak, but it's pretty wild at the same time. Oh, all right. Here we go. Folks,
Oh yeah, there's all this.
keep your phone in your pocket. One, goddamn. I was in a Punisher platoon every single time except for in Korea. I was in the Punisher platoon. It's
What does that
so
mean?
overdone. I fucking hate it. But two, yeah, this motherfucker is lucky because this plate carrier, it probably would have, I mean, he would have gotten knocked to the ground. He probably wouldn't have died.
Спасають життя. Я, конечно, нічого не намікаю волонтерам, але все рівно результат на лице.
Yeah.
Пиздец, блядь. Бодя лишився живий. Бодя, як тобі після такої хуйні?
Тим Кук пошел нахуй.
Єбать,
Hashtag shot on iPhone.
це вообще ульот.
Shit, I'm never taking that phone out. That pocket, that lives there now.
Yep. Fuck it. Not even gonna try.
Just extra armor.
Should I be putting all kinds of stuff in there? Like, all right, hey, is this a dead Russian with a phone? Put that in my armor. Actually, our the IBA body armor that we had these big shoulder pads, and you can see them in a lot of like Marvel movies. They'll have the ACU pattern with those big shoulder pads and the body armor. Nobody ever used those fucking shoulder pads. They were useless. They were just fucking.
It'd be great if you were going into like a sword fight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Look.
I mean, I don't want to get shot in the
might have a
shoulder either.
scimitar, but you know what? Look, I'm picking that thing up. Here's the thing. But I
be
ended
that guy
up
who
taking
gets a sword
mine.
kill in 2022. Let's go.
Oh, dude, if I get a sword kill, that'd be sweet.
That
Anyway.
listen, if the libtards win and take all our guns, Lizard, okay, because they if they succeed
Look,
in their communist agenda,
no
I
matter
will
what
become.
Prager you
I
tells
will
you.
become a master of the blade.
All
And
right,
by that I mean a fat schmuck spinning around with a fake sword in his backyard.
all right, man. I got to tell you about the dragon. Okay, so when I went to Kuwait, they were like, "Hey, in order to get the next rank and to be an NCO, you have to go through was it BLC, basic leader course." And I was like, I've been in for 10 years. Why the fuck do I have to do this? And they were like, well, in order to get the next rank, you literally have to go through this and get a stamp that the rules have changed. Well, BLC is just basically elementary school. It's like if you were a manager and they were just like, okay, we're going to take you into managerial training. And you're just like, well, I've already done the job. And they're just like, well, no, trust me, we're going to take you in here and teach you how to do it. So there was this cat, called him the Dragon. And this dude Ward, who actually lives in this state, and fucking, what was his name? I don't know. He was a tanker. Doesn't really matter. There was this one cat in there that was, we called him the Dragon because he was the guy that, and this is his own story, he carried 12 knives to the bathroom, 12 different styles of knife to the bathroom because of Afghan national apparently followed him in there once.
12.
So imagine Von Helton lies, except coming out of someone in a uniform.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, he's.
Why are you making me sad, Lizard?
He was from Wyoming, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, like.
Sorry for your loss, Dragon. Being from being from Wyoming.
No, that's the story he told. Hold on.
Oh.
When he was 6? Question mark. I don't know the details of the story per se at this point, but his sister was 4, and he used a throwing knife to scare off a moose.
Wow.
Your average full-grown moose is about 6 foot tall and 1,200 pounds.
And your average 6-year-old can throw like a 6-year-old, aka an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And this was a Wyoming moose? Do we have mooses in Wyoming?
I guess there are a flock of meese in Wyoming. I don't fucking know. Look.
A gaggle of meese.
I don't purport to know this. I wasn't there, but the story was relayed to me, and it's also been 5 years.
Like you, I am highly suspicious of this tale.
You know what? I would be too.
But I'm going to take it on faith.
If you ever met the guy, you would be far more suspicious.
Sounds like we should start a religion around him. Let's do it.
No. Let's not give him any attention.
Oh, look, we don't have to tell him we're doing it. We'll just change
we're
the
not going to do that. Look, this is the... Okay. So, like, we would joke about, a lot of things. And one of the things we joked about was making a fifi. You ever heard of a fifi?
I'm sorry, what's it called?
A fifi?
As in, like, one's feelings?
Mm-mm. So, You take a so to make a fifi, you take a latex glove, right? You put it between two sponges, you put those in a glass, put the whole thing in a glass, and then you take the wrist of the glove and you fold it over. And then you know, have your fun with fifi. Anyway,
I feel weird in my pants.
yeah, it's look, desperate times call for desperate measures. However, comma space, the average soldier will I don't know, take themselves to the latrine to have their own time. Let me tell you about the cube.
Oh, I'm loving all these stories. Please.
So the dragon had a cube.
Just looking at your face as you assemble this story.
Like he all right. He had this cube. I'm trying to like explain it to you.
Visuals
All right. You set it on the ground, and then like a cube, it has different sides. But it's a sex cube, so it had different types of holes.
I would like Alex. I would like to solve the puzzle. He cut different sized holes and put different media through each side of the cube.
Oh, no. He didn't cut these holes. He ordered this thing. To Afghanistan.
Oh. That's less impressive than if he made it himself.
I don't know. Honestly, the one thing we asked him was like, why didn't you just like make a fifi or use your hand?
Or just like order a basic a basic ass stroker. Like why that?
He's the dragon, man.
Well, one was not enough to satiate him, clearly.
Obviously, look. A woman has many holes. However, a cube can have as many holes as you want.
It's true. That is a true
statement. I'm gonna go gain a heroin addiction now. I think that's a better use of my time.
I'm going to go ruin my life. BRB.
Oh no! My life was ruined when I found out about this fucking cube. Like, y'all think the Rev's torso was bad? No. Trust me, I've heard about the fucking the dragon's Afghanistan fuck cube. Nah. Y'all don't even know.
The weighted companion cube is not alive and should not.
There was a guy I served with in Louisiana, Corporal Richie. Everybody called him Princess because, well, he was like 5 foot tall and a bitch. He got court-martialed for spotlighting deer and shooting them on post because, 1, you can't spotlight deer, and 2, you can't hunt on post from your fucking truck.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a moron. So yeah, he was a corporal, and as a corporal, like, people don't really bother you. You're just sort of like in this gray area of you're kind of an NCO and like kind of not doing anything. So nobody really bothered him until they went into his room and they were just like, wow, this is fucking disgusting. And guess what he had?
What?
Well, you know, a little bit of a connection with Rev.
Did he have a fuck doll and or torso?
Yeah, this is a torso with the not
cleaned.
Yeah, it was a very dirty room.
Oh,
very dirty. This is what I've heard. This is not my My own account, thank God.
Disgusting.
Yes. So, if you think soldiers are anything more or less than human, you should probably look at how disgusting humans are. I'm not gonna lie.
I think we should all get fuck torsos as a family, as a team.
Hashtag 2 Guns supports government fuck torsos.
It's
There we
true.
go.
It's the main like line item of my entire platform as a candidate for things.
I mean, like, look, if you're not going to be a candidate for things, honestly, I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm
Look,
trying to find
the point is I would vote for me, so everyone else should too.
Well, I would vote for me too.
Oh my God, I'll vote for you. We can vote for each
Alright.
other. Oh my God.
Yay! Oh my god!
Oh my God.
Isn't that what the presidents do? They're
twin.
just like, we're gonna vote for each other.
Oh yeah, vote for me. Oh,
Oh, Jesus! What?
exercise your First Amendment rights.
We had a turret toss world record. Wait, is
And
voting
back to violence. Here we go.
in the First Amendment?
I would think so.
I'm gonna look that up.
I don't think it's in the language. No, it's I was thinking like is that where all the precedent falls under or whatever?
I don't think. No, it's not the First.
It's in there somewhere. Damn it.
Well, the Constitution gives us the right to vote. It only took what 100 and some years for the to get like everybody to be able to vote, and they're still trying to take that away.
Yep.
And by they, I mean Republicans, and by they, I also mean conservatives, and by they, yes, I mean you. Stop voting conservative. Also,
Who,
look
me?
at this tank. Oh, we got the launch, ATGM, and you can see it flying through the air right there. I think this is actually this little dealy here. This is where the where they're aiming their missile.
Yeah, if it's laser guided. Hey-o!
Yeah. Yeah, that
Jeez.
was several hundred feet that
That
fucker
thing
went up.
That thing popped like a fucking what am I thinking of? It popped.
Jack
went-
in the box.
No. Oh, that works, I guess.
Fair enough. Well, swallows. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Let's look at what civilians have to deal with. Facts. Okay. Okay. This is terrible, but that was actually fucking hilarious. Because this dude is just like, he hears the bomb. He's like, all right, fuck this. I'm going home. I don't care. Like, look, I don't need whatever the fuck I was going on for. Nope. Not having it. We're going home. Fuck this.
Right around. See you later.
Yeah, we don't do that around here. No,
That is 10 pounds of nope in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah. I heard I think it was a Secular Opinion was talking about Shani when she was talking about going to the gynecologist, and he was just like, can you imagine just like a bag of mayonnaise moving across the table? And I was like, you know what, that's way too fair, that's too fucking accurate. That I had a bad day at work that day. Let's just say that.
Отбил, ебать, туда, сука, нахуй! Отходим, нахуй! Пошли, ебать!
Do you see his weapon?
Yeah.
It's like,
Отходим, нахуй!
It's an aftermarket side-mounted scope rail.
yeah, I saw the like the distance between the top of the weapon and the or I guess the upper receiver and the scope.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I
But
think
this
they
looks
refer to
like
it as a dust cover on the AKs. But yeah, it's the top of the receiver.
this looks like it's
Yeah, that one screw that or it might be a mismatched
they-
screw.
kind of looks like they just took whatever screws they could and just mounted it on
Yeah,
there.
hey, is this threading right? Yes, cool.
Yeah, there's a Phillips head. This
Yeah,
one's
that's a hex
this one's
head.
a hex. That one's
Yeah, you probably
these
didn't have
are
any
all
Loctite
different.
handy.
Yeah, these are all different fucking screws. It's crazy.
Пошли, ебать,
Hey man, well, whatever works, right?
Literally, like, good enough.
All right. I'm gonna watch this and let's see. He's got a very old AK.
Hmm.
You can see the plastic handle.
I think it's a 74 going by the mag.
Yeah. This is, I mean, all of the parts are stamped. I mean, that's pretty much with any AK. Am I wrong?
No, there are milled AKs too, but I'm sure that there's a huge variety in theater over there.
Yeah, I'm sure they give anybody
That does
whatever
look
they
super.
have.
That does look very much stamped. I agree. It's a little hard to tell, obviously, but
Yeah, it's not a modern weapon. He's not wearing modern gear either. I mean, this looks like aftermarket almost. It's just a regular OD green.
yeah.
And then the helmet looks like looks more like a Kevlar. Damn, dude, this guy. Where are these guys? Oh, he's got an Android. Thank goodness. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're not gonna watch. We're not gonna watch some NSFW. I don't think we'll see anybody getting exploded. I don't know. What else you got? Because I really don't have a whole lot. I can find more combat footage. Hey, what's going on, Skits? No, don't put user in timeout, for fuck's sake.
Hey, I mean, I don't really have anything. I haven't been paying nearly as much attention to the war since it started, but pretty much apart from your streams and a handful of other glances. But it's fucked. It remains fucked, continues to be fucked, and will be fucked for a while, it seems.
I mean, there's a lot that comes out of it, and you actually kind of just reminded me of something. And a lot of it comes down to like reliable sources, because we can let me check this out. Chaos. No. Okay. We got some Ryan Macbeth. All right, Ryan Macbeth is pretty fucking dope. This is gonna be super quiet for some fucking reason. So, what's going on, Skids? He's gonna kind of explain like why the numbers are so skewed, and then I'm gonna show you some of the numbers coming out of Ukraine. We'll see how that kind of works out. God, it's so quiet. So I'm gonna mute both of us, and then I'll turn this up.
It's not running out of soldiers. They just mobilized 1/7 of their army. This is demonstrably false. Russia has 400,000 soldiers in their ground forces. Ukraine was invaded with 190,000 troops and militia. 1/7 of 400,000 is 56,000. An invasion force of 56,000 is demonstrably false. But it's the key to how Russian propaganda works. They create an alternate reality of so many lies that you can't possibly disprove all the lies. So I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you notice a demonstrably false comment, like Russia has a standing army of 1.2 million members, this is demonstrably false. Their ground forces only have about 400,000 troops. Report it by clicking on the 3 dots, clicking report, clicking misinformation, and hitting report. How do Russian bots work? I did a video on Russia's manpower crisis, and Russia's internet brigade came out in force. Now, the people who work here only get paid 40,000 rubles a month, and they have to make 120 comments per shift. It must be exhausting. Other people do it for free because they're on Telegram all day. Here's an example of how propaganda works. It's not running out of soldiers. They just mobilized 1/7 of their army. This is demonstrably false. Russia has 400,000 soldiers in their ground forces. Ukraine was invaded with 190,000 troops and militia. 1/7 of 400,000 is 56,000. An invasion force of 56,000 is demonstrably false. But it's the key to how Russian propaganda works. They create an alternate reality of so many lies that you can't possibly disprove all the lies. So I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you notice a demonstrably false comment, like Russia has a standing army of 1.2 million members, this is demonstrably false. Their ground forces only have about 400,000 troops. Report it by clicking on the 3 dots, clicking report, clicking misinformation, and hitting report. How do
All right, Chids guys, welcome to Aaron.
I was muted.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think about that while I look for this other thing?
I mean, yeah, bots, Russian bots and or Russian schmucks making up bullshit. Shocker. Although I imagine the first pretending I'm a suggestible American dumbass, which is probably still true, just not in this way. And I'm skeptical of the 400,000-ish number. My first question would be, how do you know it's only 400,000? You know, maybe they're just telling you that as a deception tactic or something.
Well, the thing about Ryan Macbeth is he goes into a lot of the details about it. Like he can pick apart like where things are and exactly like what equipment they're using. And he was a heavy weapons infantryman for 20 years, so he retired out of the military, and he knows what he's talking about when he's just like, Russia has a standing army of 400,000, and you think like 400,000 is a decent amount, but I think China has a standing army or standing military of only about 1.5 million, and they have something like it. They have like 10 times the amount of people in Russia or that Russia has. So militaries aren't as expansive as you might think. I think the United States only has a standing military of around 1 million people, and that includes the inactive ready reserves, the reservists, the National Guard, and everybody like that. People who don't actually go out active duty and fight on the front lines. It's a very small percentage that are actually fighting. So when you wouldn't go into some less populated area like Russia, yeah, you're going to get a smaller standing army, and they're going to have to, find those soldiers from one place or another. And that's why you get things like you get their conscripts as well as their recruits. So I would suggest that is a good number, around 400,000, because it kind of is congruent with the modern army.
Gotcha.
But
I mean, yeah, I'm satisfied just by that.
That's my take, my slice on it. But I'm no fucking expert, man. So we saw like what Russia is reporting, everything, and what he's reporting about this. So this is straight out of Ukraine. This is Ukraine forum. It's funded in whole or part by the Ukrainian government. This is obviously a military service member, and she's just going to give us a rundown of what has been lost. So they're going to give us numbers. She's speaking entirely in Ukrainian. So unless you understand that.
Бойові втрати противника з 24 лютого по 15 липня орієнтовно
склали. No, the first number is where we really want to focus.
Складу близько 38 тисяч осіб ліквідовано. Танків 1 тисяча.
So this is the claim by the Ukrainian government. 38,000 Russian soldiers have been lost. It is a amazingly high number of soldiers. So I would say that this is probably around the 20,000 mark, if that, at the very highest end. I don't think 38,000 is viable.
Yeah, you think they're inflating it?
I absolutely do. The equipment is a little bit different because equipment is much more easily counted, whereas like. So if you average up the equipment that's been destroyed with, say, each piece of equipment requires 3 people to operate, then that's kind of where you get this number. Whereas, like, because the piece of equipment that get destroyed, there's no counting the people that were in there. You're just counting the vehicle and then the average number of crew members that would be in there, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this number is far too inflated, but I think all of the equipment that they have destroyed is actually fairly more accurate, at least a little bit more accurate. And especially when it comes to the BMPs, the armored fighting vehicles, yeah, those things have been just taken out left and right.
842, РСЗВ 247, засоби ППО 109, літаків 220, гелікоптерів 188, автомобільної техніки та
And these two are actually pretty fucking significant. So they've lost 220 fixed wing aircraft.
That is a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know if I trust that number, but if it's just fixed wing aircraft, then that could be cargo planes, that could be fighter jets, that could be
every support aircraft if they have, if they have analogs to most of the shit that we have.
Right. And I don't know if they go through drones or anything. Let's see if they go through drones.
2731.
If they have those
Кораблі
as a
та
separate
катери
category.
15. БПЛА оперативно-тактичного рівня
Okay, yeah.
681.
Minus 681 drones. I can imagine that because a lot of this war has been drone based.
Yeah, and drones are obviously way cheaper to produce and everything.
Yeah. This number, I don't know. 15 ships.
I mean, there were a few high profile ones, but what's that, 2, 3? If we double, triple that, maybe 15 sounds high.
Yeah, that's all, especially since Ukraine isn't necessarily like a naval power. So any ships that they're going to attack have been from land. And we've seen that with like the ATGMs going after the watercraft. And it was in Mariupol, I believe, is where they actually hit one of the landing craft from the Russians and cause it to get destroyed, get scuttled, and cause the other one to have to leave. And it's not insignificant. It's not a Higgins boat with 20 soldiers on board. It's an actual landing craft with tanks and the armored personnel carriers, artillery pieces that just got sunk to the bottom of the harbor. And you might think like, well, you get it sunk to the bottom of the harbor, that sucks. No, you can't put any more ships in there if that thing isn't removed. So they have to remove the entire ship in order to get another ship in there to make sure that the harbor is safe for the other ships. So I don't know.
Крилаті ракети 155. Спеціальна техніка 67. А найбільших втрат противник зазнав на Краматорському напрямку. Дані уточнюються. Віримо в Збройні Сили України.
155 cruise missiles taken out. That kind of makes sense. I don't know. Oh, let's watch the creepy guy.
Загальні бойові втрати
You guys want to watch the creepy guy?
противника з 24 лютого по 18 липня орієнтовно склали. Особового складу близько 38 450 осіб ліквідовано. Танків 1687, бойових броньованих машин 3886, артилерійських систем 849, РСЗВ 248, засобів ППО 113, літаків 220, гелікоптерів 188, автомобільної техніки та автоцистерн 2753, кораблів катерів 15, БПЛА оперативно-тактичного рівня 690, крилатих ракет 166, спеціальної техніки.
What was the number last time of the drones?
Загальні бойові втрати
600 something.
Крилаті ракети
681.
Загальні бойові втрати 76, СЗВ 220, 153, кораблів катерів 15, БПЛА оперативно-тактичного рівня 690.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, these aren't very far apart. So.
Крилатих ракет 166, спеціальної техніки 70. Найбільших втрат противник зазнав на Бахмутському напрямку. Смерть ворогам.
Why is that guy so creepy?
His hands look very small and were very he was very stiff.
Like
he was holding his own hands in such a weird way.
Doing the good, if you're going to be in public affairs, you have to be comfortable being on camera, especially if you're going to be a broadcast. And I was horrible at radio. I don't want to even think about my radio training because it was bad. I was just like, I'm going to just say things and get through this. But as far as video, you have to be able to be personable, and that's what the young lady, she's just like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm gonna report this, and then we're gonna move on. It feels like she has something other to do, and this guy is just there because, well, he needs somebody to talk. And I guess he can read. I don't know. But as much as I would like to sit here and learn about life before air conditioning from old ladies in Florida, I am going to go ahead and sign out. I got to go to work tomorrow because I have a job. And unlike Two Guns, I go to that job.
Actually, sir, I have to commute tomorrow.
You have what?
I have to commute. I go
You
into
have
the
to
office
commute?
now. Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
I don't work from home anymore.
Okay. So
Exclusively.
wait. Commute. You say commute, but what I hear is I have to get on the next boxcar so I can get into town because some things have happened. Because everything I've heard about you is that you're a hobo and you're searching for ammo.
Oh, well, the hobo part's new to me because
I'm
gainfully employed and have a roof over my head. But
like a hobo, except you travel.
I mean, I own my
That
car.
would make you a hobo. Even
I have clothes and wares, and I get DoorDash too often. So I mean, do hobos do that?
That's a deep question. Can a hobo order DoorDash?
I'm having an existential crisis now.
Guys, I'm just glad this is on the main channel. We'd be here for all night. I mean, sitting here, I'd put on a fucking pot of coffee. Shit.
We both have to put on our big boy pants and go to work tomorrow. So
yeah, I don't want to do that. That's stupid.
I'm gonna
You know what I'm
call
gonna
out
do
Rick
instead?
forever.
I'm gonna take my puppy dog out for a nice long walk, and then she and I are gonna snug.
Aw.
Yeah, she's a cutie pie. I put peanut butter in her chewing bone, but she hasn't come back into the room, so maybe she'll get it later. Anyway, that all being said, thank you, Two Guns, for joining me, and anybody else. I think I'm gonna do this more often. I'm gonna open this up to have people on, just to make it a little bit more interesting, because I can talk about fucking combat footage all day, but it takes me very little time to get through anything. And yeah, I should have been in bed 2 hours ago, but I had to bake a cake. That's only because you're a good mom. All right, stop that. Anyway, hashtag Two Guns has no guns. He's all ammo.
Mango, I thought we were friends.
No. He's no guns, he's all ammo. Folks, hit that like button. Subscribe to Two Guns No Ammo. He actually does a podcast.
Allegedly.
You can catch him every
I haven't.
So anyway, moving along, folks. But yeah, thank you for being here. I really have to go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna take the dog out. So I will catch you hopefully sometime this week, because I think I'm gonna do Stream Nostalgia on Friday and just open it up and have anybody and everybody that wants to come in, because I don't know. I'm tired of dealing with cows. They're kind of fucking stupid. Infomercials are cool. So yeah, everybody take care. Please share this around, and I will hopefully see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care.